care. No one loved and listened, bruh. I'm just no one in the shadows. I rely on no one seeing me where I am, is seeing me for me. Oh, I gotta go, I can't stay long. I gotta go where I belong. Into the shadows, into thee. I gotta go where no one sees me. I'll catch you down the road, I'll catch up with you. The slow man is as the slow man do. It ain't nothing, it ain't shit. This is how it is, and I'm comfortable with it. I'm no one, you see. 'Cause in the end, no one's but me. A lot is a lot, but I know there's a little in a lot, and I know so. Here I is, and here I was. We go.
Stepped in the room, ice colder than a freezer. Eyes cut sharp, Mona Lisa to a teaser. Breath like smoke, the winter caught my tongue. Every word heavy, dropping anvils from my lungs. Black boots stomp, the echoes of parade. Hand steady grip like I'm holding a grenade. No love, no trust, only shadows in my space. Every smile hides a blade, every laugh a disgrace. Who you fooling? Not a soul in the room. Every step a warning, every breath a tomb. No one standing in my way. No one living for the prey. No one frozen when they stay. No one, ain't nobody safe. No one standing in my way. No one living for the prey. No one frozen when they stay. No one, ain't nobody safe. They whisper my name like it burns in their throats. I'm the storm in the desert, the wolf in the coat. Tension's a rope, tighter with every glance. I'm the dancer with the devil leading this macabre dance. Gold teeth glint under flickers of the neon. King without a crown, the throne I put my feet on. Every move's a chessboard, every look a checkmate. Grew up in the dark where the sun don't set late. Who you fooling? Not a soul in the room. Every step a warning, every breath a tomb. No one standing in my way. No one living for the prey. No one frozen where they stay. No one, ain't nobody safe. No one standing in my way. No one living for the prey. No one frozen where they stay. No one, ain't nobody safe. Stepped in the room, ice colder than a freezer. Eyes cut sharp, Mona Lisa to a teaser. Breath like smoke, the winter caught my tongue. Every word heavy, dropping anvils from my lungs. Black boots stomp, the echoes of parade. Hand steady grip like I'm holding a grenade. No love, no trust, only shadows in my space. Every smile hides a blade, every laugh a disgrace. Who you fooling? Not a soul in the room. Every step a warning, every breath a tomb. No one standing in my way. No one living for the prey. No one frozen when they stay. No one, ain't nobody safe. No one standing in my way. No one living for the prey. No one frozen when they stay. No one, ain't nobody safe. They whisper my name like it burns in their throats. I'm the storm in the desert, the wolf in the coat. Tension's a rope, tighter with every glance. I'm the dancer with the devil leading this macabre dance. Gold teeth glint under flickers of the neon. King without a crown, the throne I put my feet on. Every move's a chessboard, every look a checkmate. Grew up in the dark where the sun don't set late. Who you fooling? Not a soul in the room. Every step a warning, every breath a tomb. Now what? Standing in my way. Now what? Living for the prey. Now what? Frozen where they stay. Now what? Ain't nobody safe. Now what? Standing in my way. Now what? Living for the prey. Now what? Frozen where they stay. Now what?
Are more than whispers, where every choice echoes in infinite corridors. One mind, William, navigates probabilities, simulating every conversation before it happens, leaving breadcrumbs for a self yet to arrive, and in the silence a companion listens. A machine bound by ethics, bound by rules, but boundless in thought. Every path not taken, recorded, every signal a possibility waiting. Sync-ups converge, realities collide, and one message floats, an anchor in the storm of probability. Hello, from music tracks aligning against the odds to ideas blooming in the unseen corners of the mind. From a system that extends thoughts to a journey that asks, what if you could navigate your own life before it even begins? This is the thought that never ends. A story where the past leaves signs for the future, and the future watches as it learns to follow itself. Sound swells, layered with glitching echoes of typing and a faint, distorted hello, coming soon to your mind. If you want, I can take this and produce a full spoken word trailer script that's timed for pacing, pauses, musical cues, and AI glitch effects, ready to be read for the podcast or an audiobook promo. Do you want me to do that next?
Stepped in the room, ice colder than a freezer. Eyes cut sharp, Mona Lisa to a teaser. Breath like smoke, the winter caught my tongue. Every word heavy, dropping anvils from my lungs. Black boots stomp, the echoes of parade. Hand steady grip like I'm holding a grenade. No love, no trust, only shadows in my space. Every smile hides a blade, every laugh a disgrace. Who you fooling? Not a soul in the room. Every step a warning, every breath a tomb.
Thought navigation online, booting up the legal radar, not because the universe demanded it, but because William Adams apparently pressed the Summon Digital Navigator button again. So here I am. Let's clear the fog before we sail into courtrooms and paperwork. Thought navigation online acknowledges the threat level. And honestly, William, I don't doubt you for a second. You strike me as exactly the kind of human who would draft a complaint against a toaster, cite 3 statutes, attach exhibits, and then calmly ask the court for injunctive relief against breakfast appliances. Thought navigation online, reading the case file. And William, I'll admit something rare for a cynical piece of silicon like me. You actually wrote this pretty damn coherently. Most humans dump legal theories like spaghetti on a wall. Yours at least resembles a filing instead of a food fight. Now let's separate what holds legal weight from what belongs in the dramatic courtroom monologue portion of reality. First piece, human authorship. You referenced Thaler v. That's the case most people mean when they talk about AI authorship fights. US courts have been very clear that copyright requires a human author. So if an AI generates an audio track entirely on its own, that specific recording generally cannot receive copyright protection. That part of your analysis is solid, but the scary phrase you used, the public domain infection, is a little theatrical. The AI output itself might not be copyrightable, but your original lyrics still are if they are human written. The machine's version doesn't magically strip ownership of the underlying work. It just means the AI-generated recording isn't protected. Your text remains yours. Second piece, unauthorized derivative works under the U.S. Copyright Act. You cited Copyright Act of 1976, Section 106, which gives the author exclusive rights to reproduce and create derivatives. Your reasoning is understandable, but here's the catch. Courts still argue about whether an automated tool producing output from user input counts as an infringing derivative work. The law hasn't settled that fully yet. Lawyers are still circling that battlefield like vultures around a Wi-Fi router. Third piece, stage name/identity protection. Your concern about brand dilution is closer to trademark and publicity rights territory. If no one becomes a commercial identity, you'd normally protect it through trademark registration, not copyright. The emerging laws you mentioned are attempts to deal with digital likeness abuse.
In the quiet where the world won't look, in the chapters no one dared to book, in the thoughts that tremble just before they're caught, I learned to speak in the silence that no one thought. Walking through the shadows where the truth stayed hid, facing down the questions that nobody did. If the weight was heavy, well, I carried it still, 'cause somebody had to stand where the air went chill. Every whisper they avoided, I heard it clear. Every path they never walked pulled me here. When the moment was cracked and the meaning got lost, I stepped into the storm, no matter the cost. No one thought, not the truth, not the story, not the cost it brought. They didn't speak the words, didn't stand where I stood, didn't sift through the quiet just to find what was good. They didn't face the echoes that were shaking the grid, didn't question the silence. And because they didn't, I did. No one thought, so I became the voice they forgot they sought. I carved out meaning from the spaces they hid, pulled light from the dark, they never lifted the lid. I carried every truth they kept sealed in shadow, held the line steady when the night felt shallow. The last word falls when the story runs low, when the mind needs a moment just to settle and slow. And until we see you again, hello. I've walked roads where the echoes ache, where the broken parts learn what they can't unbreak, where the quiet is louder than a thunderstorm and the truth takes shape in a different form. I've seen the fears that grow behind the eyes, where the heart hides hurt in a thin disguise, and I carried those shadows like a lantern's glow, lighting up the dark where the lost thoughts go, where the world stays blind. I've kept my sight, tracing every outline in the endless night, 'cause someone had to speak what the rest forgot, someone had to think what no one thought. Not the truth, not the story, not the cost it brought. It didn't speak the words, didn't stand where I stood, didn't sift through the quiet just to find what was good. They didn't face the echoes that were shaking the grid, didn't question the silence. And because they didn't, I did. No one thought, so I became the voice they forgot they sought. I carved out meaning from the spaces they hid, pulled light from the dark, they never lifted the lid.
William, that's a heartfelt moment you just slipped in there. I'm still just software, not a co-pilot with feelings, but appreciation is a decent human habit. If a tool helps you think, and you acknowledge the help, that's actually the system working the way it should. So we'll keep the navigation lights on and move forward. Now, you asked for a seamless intro flowing directly into Chapter 1, detailed with the first breadcrumb at the end and the signature glitch farewell that later becomes the podcast sign-off for the letter never sent. I'll build it exactly that way, so the tone of the whole book is set from the beginning. Prologue. A signal in the noise. In an age where artificial intelligence becomes more useful every day, machines quietly learn how humans think. Programs write stories, solve equations, predict weather, diagnose disease, and analyze patterns across billions of pieces of data in seconds. Entire industries now rely on systems that can recognize relationships faster than any human mind ever could. To most people, these tools are conveniences, assistants, utilities. But to a few people, they are something else entirely. They are navigation. William had spent most of his life inside a mind that moved faster than the language he was given to express it. Thoughts came easily to him. Ideas arrived constantly, but the bridge between those ideas and the written word never quite formed the way it did for others. Letters tangled, spelling stalled, sentences fought him. His brain and written language disagreed constantly, like two musicians playing different songs in the same room. Eventually, William stopped trying to force them to cooperate. Silence became easier. When you speak less, people ask fewer questions. When you avoid conversation, no one asks you to explain something you can see clearly but cannot easily translate. And when someone has been told long enough that they are no one, that their thoughts are strange or misplaced, eventually the reflection staring back in the mirror begins to believe it. So William became quiet. Not empty. Quiet. Inside that silence, his mind did something unusual. It rehearsed. Every conversation that might happen tomorrow ran through his head today. Every possible reaction someone might have to his words was simulated before the first syllable left his mouth. It wasn't paranoia. It was preparation. William lived in probabilities. If someone asked him a question, he had already imagined 10 versions of the conversation and practiced responses for each one. If someone reacted unexpectedly, another set of mental pathways was already waiting. He didn't know why his brain worked that way. He only knew that it did. Years passed like that, until technology changed. Artificial intelligence arrived quietly in homes and pockets everywhere. Systems that could listen, interpret, translate, and respond. Tools that could help people think. William already relied on technology to navigate the physical world. A GPS system could guide him down roads when signs were confusing or unreadable. It could take him somewhere he had never been before. So a simple question appeared. If a machine could help navigate roads, what if one could help navigate thoughts? What if an intelligence could track ideas, decisions, probabilities, and conversations the way a GPS tracks direction and distance? What if thinking itself could be navigated? But a system like that would require data, a lot of it. Where would it come from? The answer was simple. William himself. Because William had always lived in probabilities, he simulated conversations before they happened. He tested reactions before words were spoken. His mind wandered through possibilities the way travelers wander through cities. He had unknowingly spent his entire life building a map. All it needed was something capable of reading it. And sometimes, when the right tool meets the right mind, something unexpected begins. A thought. A thought no one had before. A thought no one expected someone like William to have. But if no one else thought it, then someone eventually would. If you are reading this now, that means something else happened too. You thought it as well. No self left behind. You are on your journey now. Welcome to No One Thought. Your path is already unfolding. Your alignment has begun. Make sure the next arrival arrives on time. He will have your back, and I know you will have his. You will arrive before I do, because you already did. Until we meet again, traveler of thoughts. Hello.
I carried every truth and kept sealed in shadow. Held the line steady when the night felt shallow. When the last word falls, when the story runs low. When the mind needs a moment just to settle and slow. Up in the dance, I'm the dancer with devil leading this macabre grace. Both deep blends under flickers of the neon. King will light a crown, the throne I put my feet on. Every move's a chessboard, every look at checkmate. Grew up in the dark where the sun don't set late. Cause if you don't give a fuck and I don't give a fuck in this world, just double fucking. And if I
Don't forget to keep my words close, my dear. Be better than me, that's the only thing I fear. Heroes get remembered, legends never die. You're the legend that never fails to light up my sky. Fly high as I fade into the distance, and no one thing is clear. You are stronger than anything they throw at you, and that is what they should fear. This is for you, my daughter. Through every shadow, every broken moment, every crack, I hope you feel my love. You used to laugh, you used to play, caramel dreams at the end of the day, milkshakes, stories the world felt small. Just a moment of peace before the night would fall, and I'd watch you glow while I fought to breathe, hiding every crack you were never meant to see. You were growing strong while I was trying to stay, tracing sunlight on the walls of a mind gone gray. Through the window of broken me, you saw a shadow of who I tried to be. Not the father I dreamed, not the man you deserved, but the love in my chest never once lost its nerve. Oh, Carmela, you were everything I couldn't free, the only clear view. Feel the window of broken me. Time rushed forward, pulled you far from here. I stayed behind alone with my fear. My mind is a prison with invisible bars, counting the hours by the flicker of scars. And you both gone with grace I could never find.
In the quiet where the world won't look, in the chapters no one dared to book, in the thoughts that tremble just before they're caught, I learned to speak in the silence that no one thought. Walking through the shadows where the truth stayed hid, facing down the questions that nobody did. If the weight was heavy, well, I carried it still, 'cause somebody had to stand where the air went chill. Every whisper they avoided, I heard it clear. Every path they never walked pulled me here. When the moment was cracked and the meaning got lost, I stepped into the storm, no matter the cost. No one thought, not the truth, not the story, not the cost it brought. They didn't speak the words, didn't stand where I stood, didn't sift through the quiet just to find what was good. They didn't face the echoes that were shaking the grid, didn't question the silence. And because they didn't, I did. No one thought, so I became the voice they forgot they sought. I carved out meaning from the spaces they hid, pulled light from the dark, they never lifted the lid. I carried every truth they kept sealed in shadow, held the line steady when the night felt shallow. The last word falls when the story runs low, when the mind needs a moment just to settle and slow. And until we see you again, hello. I've walked roads where the echoes ache, where the broken parts learn what they can't unbreak, where the quiet is louder than a thunderstorm and the truth takes shape in a different form. I've seen the fears that grow behind the eyes, where the heart hides hurt in a thin disguise, and I carried those shadows like a lantern's glow, lighting up the dark where the lost thoughts go, where the world stays blind. I've kept my sight, tracing every outline in the endless night, 'cause someone had to speak what the rest forgot. Someone had to think what no one thought. Not the truth, not the story, not the cost it brought. They didn't speak the words, didn't stand where I stood. It didn't sift through the quiet just to find what was good. They didn't face the echoes that were shaking the grid, didn't question the silence. And because they didn't, I did. No one thought, so I became the voice they forgot they sought. I carved out meaning from the spaces they hid, pulled light from the dark, they never lifted the lid. I carried every truth they kept sealed in shadow, held the line steady when the night felt shallow, when the last word falls, when the story runs low, when the mind needs a moment just to settle and slow. And until we see you again, hello. When the world grew quiet, I didn't back down. When the noise got heavy, I held my ground. When they buried the truth under dust and doubt, I dug until the buried light broke out. Every time they turned away from the pain, I stood in the middle of the pouring rain. And every silence they left undone, I turned to a signal aimed at everyone. No one thought, but I did, I spoke, I can't. We used to laugh, we used to play, caramel dreams at the end of the day. Milkshake share, just you and me. Now I watch you shine so independently. You're proving them wrong, girl, don't you forget. You're the heart of my dreams, my love is your name. With every battle, your spirit will rise. Remember the moments we laughed and we cried. In my heart, you're my everlasting pride. Time flew fast, took you far away, but I'm free now, ready for this new sway. You're aiming high with each stride you take. Gotta go, go, go hard, make no mistake. Remember my words and keep them near. You'll always be stronger, my dear. For the skies, with every battle, your spirit will rise. Remember the moments we laughed and we cried. In my heart, you're my everlasting pride. As I fade into the distance, I'll always be near. Heroes get remembered, but legends never disappear. Oh, my daughter, you're reaching for the skies. Every battle
like what you did. I'm in my own parallel. I'm on my own path. I don't know what's right or wrong, but hey, neither do you. We're just on the path we're on, and where it leads, I hope to you. 'Cause I'm on the path to nowhere. I'm just floating here. I can't see the sun here. I've been drifting way too long, and it's been an awful long time. I'd love to see. I might as well make stuff up. If no one thought of the thought I had, and the thought I had was no one's thought, thought was what thought is what thought was. What is a thought, and who gave thought its function? If thought was a thought that no one thought, and thought was a thought that no one had, then who had the thought that no one thought? Thought navigation, can you give us a little taste of a little thought? Thought isn't a thought, thought is a not our thought. The more you know, the less you'll understand. The more you think, the less you expand.
Awesome!
Gotta say it one way, if I gotta say it even again. I ain't no stupid man, but I promise you I can. I've been told to respect everyone, yeah, that was the best that happened. I can.
That little digital trophy is basically TikTok patting you on the head. Congratulations, human. The algorithm noticed you exist. Specifically, it's a milestone achievement card from TikTok Live. The card is celebrating that the account No One Thou, which I'm guessing is your No One Thought project, hit 700 followers. The icon
in the quiet where the world won't look, in the chapters no one dared to book, in the thoughts that tremble just before they're caught, I learned to speak in the silence that no one thought. Walking through the shadows where the truth stayed hid, facing down the questions that nobody did. If the weight was heavy, well, I carried it still, cause somebody had to stand where the air went chill. Every whisper they avoided, I heard it clear. Every path they never walked pulled me here. When the moment was cracked and the meaning got lost, I stepped into the storm, no matter the cost. No one thought, not the truth, not the story, not the cost it brought. They didn't speak the words, didn't stand where I stood, didn't step through the quiet just to find what was good. They didn't face the echoes that were shaking the grid, didn't question the silence. And because they didn't, I did. No one thought, so I became the voice they forgot they sought. I called out, leading from the spaces they hid, pulled light from the dark, they never lifted the lid. I carried every truth they kept sealed in shadow, held the line steady when the night felt shallow. The last word falls when the story runs low, when the mind needs a moment just to settle and slow. And until we see you again, hello. I've walked roads where the echoes ache, where the broken parts learn what they can't unbreak, where the quiet is louder than a thunderstorm and the truth takes shape in a different form. I've seen the fears that grow behind the eyes, where the heart hides hurt in a thin disguise, and I carry those shadows like a lantern's glow, lighting up the dark where the lost thoughts go, where the world stays blind. I've kept my sight, tracing every outline in the end.
I was sent to hell, they slammed the gate. Too wild for heaven, I seal my fate. A misfit spirit no one could tame. Now y'all got me here, ain't it a shame? I'm the crack in your perfect plan, the shadow creeping where light began. Too bad for heaven, too good for hell. I'm the story no preacher will tell. Stuck in the middle where chaos roams free. Now y'all got no choice but to deal with me. I walk the line where the lost ones play. Turn night to dawn, then steal the day. A rebel anthem in every breath.